Yeah, so even though like I was supposed to first upload the vlog part 2 for Diwali, I now have a better vlog to make. And by better, I mean it's probably not actually better, but it's something I want to talk about. And this is the weird way that I am able to smoke up at home safely and how I have gotten to this point. So, first time I smoked up was at my house where we had a bong, which is probably not the best idea to have in the first time. We had the bong and we came here and we smoked up six very high and oh, I forgot to mention we were drinking before we smoked up. So six very high cross-faded bande. We were sitting over there. I don't think we were actually sitting for any time. We were wilding. We were straight up wilding for like 3, 4, 5, 6 good hours or whatever. That was my first time, and like so I figured out that I can store my bong in the where I keep my manga. I mean, if you've been home, and then like over here inside the not citrus, that'll probably get my channel banned. Huh. I don't think I'm big enough to get banned. Is my channel big enough to be banned from YouTube? I think that's pretty normal. Anyways, I keep it stored in here. But yeah, so that's where I used to keep my bong for like the first 6, 7 months or whatever. I just stayed there, like clean, dried, and everything. Because like the first 6, 7 months, I was like, maybe won't do this ever again in my life. How wrong I was. And then so we've like people have said that yeah, my parents were at home at that point in time. So my mentality was as simple as this: we did not get caught when we were drinking. We probably won't get caught when we are smoking. The big miscalculation was that alcohol smell is very easy to get rid of. Smoke up smell is not really that easy to get rid of. So at some point in time, I had like realized how to air out my room, and then I was like, yeah, okay, this is fair, and like maybe I'll start smoking up a bit more. Then in 2016, there was hardly any amount. There was once, the first time, December 16th, anniversaries and all. Yeah. What else is there? I did it once in Jan or Feb, but it was really like I was like, okay, great, I did it. Thank you, Maria. And then it was once in like June or September or sometime. Okay, because like I had scored and I was just like at home smoking up because my parents were not at home. And if you have been to my house when my parents are not at home, you know it's a riot. I mean, even when my parents are at home, it's a riot. But it's like like definitely unregulated riot. So that was a nice time where we all got like really, really high, or really, really drunk, or mixes of both, depending on who did what. I don't remember much. Then like that was a good period of time where I figured out how to keep it safe from the maids, because like they're the ones who would like enter my room more than my parents would. To be fair, I don't sleep. I have started sleeping in this room way more than I used to because I used to sleep in the outside room more. So I would need to have like weird reasonings to sleep in this room so that I could air out the room, which was like much more doable when my parents were not there. Because you see, my parents would be like, "Khidki kyun khuli hai subah ko," and types. My maids don't give a fuck. And like yeah, so it was easier to air things out and like in general just to smoke up even if they were coming, which gave me a lot of confidence कि like हाँ अब हम घर में कभी भी कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. And I have been living with that motto with since like 3 years now. Yeah. But yeah, it was a weird talk to have anyway. So like yeah, the only real time when I'm like afraid when I have some stash in my hand is when like I'm traveling, because say if I have to go um, buy some, right, and I have to come back home. That's a very weird thing to do, because like I have to make a very weird excuse that will give me just about enough time. It's like 20-30 minutes like that, like going, waiting, paying, taking, checking, and then going home. That's like the whole procedure. So it's just like 15 minutes of going to car and coming back in rickshaw. Okay, and it's a very weird thing to ask for permission for. Okay, like so this one time it was being delivered, so I went to Tarav and I was like, someone has come to meet me, I'm just going down and meeting them. My parents didn't care much. They're like, yeah, okay, that's fair. I went and I collected from him and I came back in 10 minutes or so, whatever. Because he came to Bandra here only. That was like a good scene. And then one time it was in his like the regular lane where we go. And there was some ambulance that passed by and I'm like, chalo, aaj to jail ja raha hai. Because I could only hear the thing and I was like, worst case scenario, I'm going to jail today. That was like one other time that I really panicked, but like there was nothing again. False alarm. Not the song, but now it's playing in my head. Fuck. Other times that I have been scared. Well, Oh shit. Comic Con. After some time, we were in the car and we were very high. Prince, me, Ehsan, and I don't know if Rohan was there or not. It was fucking wild. It was great. We were there, and Ehsan drives really well. Like in general, he navigated through the traffic really well. And yeah, but no, that was really fucking wild. I thought like, हाँ Comic Con जाएंगे, चले जाएंगे, and Ehsan's like, I have something to make your day much better. And like, it was fucking wild. It was great. But yeah, wait, what else is there that happened that day? Not that day. Never mind. Any other time that I have almost got scared or whatever. There was this point in time where I forgot to. So okay, it's like this big usually, right? A package. But then the first time I got from him, it was a much bigger package because I changed dealers. So like it went from like this to this, and it was a very weird thing because I had prepared like okay, so, like some packets can simply be taken in your pocket and never be like seen or visible. So I did that. I was like okay. Yeah, I think I need to really cleanse my channel completely. Not my channel, but my phone. I have way too less data, not data, storage space available for like recording a whole video apparently. So I'm gonna make this add-on and put it onto the 6-minute long video already. Wow, can we get ad revenue on 40 to 3 subscribers? Can experience it, can try it. I don't think I'll get anything. Yeah, so what happened after that? There was no real other incident as such where I got in trouble for this thing. There was this one party in 2018 where again my parents were out of town and like people came over and stuff. But here's what the issue that happened that day. That's like some people we didn't get caught for the weed, no. So we got caught for alcohol, and by that point in time my parents were like, yeah, you can have it, but like just inform us that you're gonna have it. And like that was like the only thing we got in trouble for, and I was like shit scared when that was happening. So this happened on the pancake day. Yeah, if you know, you know. Also, if you stick around long enough, you will eventually know. Yeah, okay. What else is there? I don't think there have been any other incidents as such that have like given me fear, like outside of this area or whatever, like from outside people. So like no, that's about it. Like I think once in some gully we were just smoking, and then I was getting really paranoid because I was like, what if someone sees us? And then I looked around and I was like, everyone over here is either smoking or stoning, and I was like, ugh, I'm not afraid anymore. That was a weird thing, but I was definitely anxious then, even though I wasn't afraid. At any point in time, anyone can come in and I'm like, jail time. What else is there? Wait, I remembered something and then I forgot something, but I remembered it. And that's the important lesson. You need to remember that you forgot something. This is why I run out of basically space on my phone. I end up recording and then there are like this 3 minutes of nothing just lying around. Yeah, and now I remember what I had to say. So coming to the big question of like how a lot of people ask me that like how the fuck do you just do it at your house now? Like in the quarantine. Like okay, other times people can understand that like people in general have a lot more things to do, right, in the house and stuff. कि like people का eventually like इतना individual पे मन नहीं जाएगा कि हाँ ये शायद से बैठ के फूकता है. But now that like everyone was shut at home, how did I still manage to do it? Is called a lot of conditioning. Like I have this thing called roll-on, which is basically a mosquito. It's a thing called a mosquito. It's called a roll-on, which is a mosquito repellent, and it smells like flowers. And like they don't smell obnoxious, but like if you like put that thing a lot, it smells like proper obnoxious flower smell. And like so in the summer I was sleeping in this room because I was like, this is the best bed in the whole house. I'm sleeping here, right? And I told them that like it's cool. There's a cooler over here. I can nicely do everything in this room, right? Like I'll sit here. I didn't have any prospects at that point in time. All I was doing at home was just sitting and watching videos. So for me this was the best. It's like that's the plug. This is the phone. That's all that had to be done. And like there's the cooler. So it's like a complete proper sorted setup. And like if I had the laptop, then there's like other sets of plugs over there. Like yeah, cool, I can like have both of them right here for me. Okay, anyway, so in May we started like sitting here, like me, I don't know why I said we, I'm alone. I just started sitting here and started sleeping here in like April, Marchish, sorry, in like Febish and like then March and all. So my excuse basically was that I have to keep the window open because it gets too hot, like not hot but suffocating as such, and like cross ventilation is important. Okay, so that was needed. So because of that reason I would just leave the windows open the whole time. and because the windows are open and mosquitoes would enter, I use that thing like the thingy, right? But the only reasons I left the windows open was because I was smoking up. So basically, the whole cycle worked in such a way that my parents thought that the roll-on thing just smells a bit weird, a bit like weed. Even when I would go outside, I would just put the roll-on my arms and legs for the specific reason that this is now my smell because I stay in that room for so long. I don't think they bought that one, but then like, well, so the next time when I was going out, I just said that like, this is because like there are a lot of mosquitoes in the room, so I put this repellent, and they ate it up. I know. So there was a point in time where I thought that my parents just know and they were not telling me. And like, yeah, no, I think they know. I think they know. They're just not telling me. They're just not telling me. They're just like waiting to catch me or whatever. But they haven't like told. They know. But then there was this one thing on the TV where my dad had to basically talk about. So they were talking about the SSR case. I think like 3 months, 4 months back or whatever. Wow, it's still going on, isn't it? Fuck. And then the case was that they were mentioning about how he said that she had marijuana, and I was just like, I can act very unfazed. This marijuana is there in like every movie series whatsoever comes up and we're watching together. But like, so it was like very easy for me to dodge that thing. But my dad started giving gyan about marijuana, okay, and he told me things that like it's not a good thing. And like I was like, I mean, yeah, no, sure, it is not a good thing. I will not go against that. But the reasons why he told me it's not a good thing were what were amazing. He basically said that it causes organ failure after you smoke once, and I'm like, you are a smoker. I don't know how they're fooling you like this. You should know better than this. I was like weirdly disapproving on my part as well. But yeah, so like that's the point where I knew that like they are not like they're not avoiding catching me actively. It's just not happening. Oh yeah, I can talk about that also. So I use that cup of mine for like as an ashtray essentially. This is the cup. I empty all the contents of it and then I ash in it. And then like, so I usually sit like in this side of my house, like this part of the bed. And since the window's right there, I keep like puffing out. And so like there's never any, I don't like say, yeah, so I don't have to like go out of my way as such to even have an ashtray. It's just that thing, I wash it once in every like, I haven't washed it in a while, so I need to wash it today. Fuck. And then like I just like throw it out of the window. So that's how I just like remain safe. So there's another thing that I used to do earlier because I had a lot of guts, but those guts have gone down since then. Basically my bed has like khachas and space